it's Eugenia, and lately in my life I've been doing just a couple of things that have made me feel slightly like a crazy person. This isn't really just a recent thing. Some of them go back to way back in the past in my life, just all the time. I'm gonna tell you guys some of those things, and maybe you've done some of these things too, or similar things. But yeah, so here we go. A couple of days ago, I just kept having this pain thing in my right side right here. It kind of felt like, you know, like when you strain a muscle. So it was just kind of like whenever I moved, like whenever I'd be like moving like that, even if I was just kind of walking. And it hurt pretty bad. There's so many things that it could have been caused by now that I think about it. The other day, I was just traveling back to my house carrying an incredibly heavy bag. I also had my dog jumping me the other day, but I decided to go on the internet and look up pains on your right side. And then I started finding all this stuff about appendicitis, and I thought that I may have had appendicitis. I ended up going to the ER. Once I got there, I was kind of stuck there for 8 hours. They kept trying to do like the ultrasound. For whatever reason, they couldn't see like any of my ovaries or uterus, is what they said. This is really, really awkward to talk about. That way they couldn't see if I had it. I was just kind of like, hey, I really don't think it's gonna be that anyway. This is most likely just gonna be a strained muscle, so could I go home? I'm just really not a big hospital fan. Whole like hospital atmosphere just really freaks me out with like all the beeping every 2 seconds. But hey, I'm out of the hospital now, out of the ER. This whole experience kind of reminded me of the time a couple of years ago when I convinced myself that I was hearing buzzing that wasn't even actually there. So one night I just randomly started hearing this high-pitched noise. It wasn't overly loud, it was actually kind of more of like a background noise that I heard in my head. I kind of told my mom, and I was like, hey, what's that like noise that's in the background in this house all the time? It's like really low, but it's like a high-pitched kind of noise though. First I thought it was just a noise in the house, and then even going outside I could actually like make myself hear the noise, and then if I would like go somewhere else I would also hear the noise there. At one point I was actually just freaking out, crying about this. Then I ended up going to an ear doctor and they checked my ears, and my ears are perfectly fine. I thought that I would forever hear this beeping noise, and then I realized the noise didn't even actually exist and there was nothing wrong with my ears, and I literally just created the noise inside of my brain. I really recommend that you don't try to make yourself hear beeping noises. You could convince yourself forever that there's a beeping noise when there really is no noise. It's not very fun. Because of another thing that also recently happened in my life, I've also lately been having the most bizarre dreams, and I always have bizarre dreams, but lately I've been having weird bizarre dreams of policemen coming into my house and of guns and other things. I've also had other dreams where dogs have raped me. Dreams where like the ceiling had characters living inside of them. I could like actually talk to the characters. It was actually really cool though. I was pretty disappointed when I woke up. I've dreamt of meeting Billy Ray Cyrus, but in about half of my dreams I die. Something that just makes me feel like I'm going crazy is when you go and you visit a relative's house and they literally ask you a million questions a million times. If you already answered a question one time, then they keep asking you it over and over again, and they're always just the most awkward questions. Whenever that happens and I just keep being asked a million questions, I just start to feel so awkward. I hope I don't come off as rude, but I just get all quiet. I'm just kind of like, I just am not good in those kind of situations. Alright, so I don't have pants on today, but all the time when I wear pants, I wear pants with like rips like all over them. Then like one of my relatives is just like, why do you wear your pants so ripped? I like my pants to be as ripped as possible. I like them to look like I went to Africa and tigers just started like clawing at my jeans or my pants or whatever you would like to call them. I like them to look destroyed. Do you ever wonder if we're related to trees? Because sometimes I start wondering if we're related to trees. Another thing that you may do when you're just going absolutely insane out of your mind is just stare at a wall for 5 hours. There could really be so many other productive things that you could be doing. Becoming the next president of the country and working on your campaign. Chances are you're too young to do that. But hey, it's never too early to start planning, right? The other day, I don't really know why, but I just decided to stare at a wall for 5 hours. It was actually pretty depressing, to be honest. I just thought about things for like 5 hours straight. Half the time I was like half awake and like half in like a daydream kind of thing. In some people's minds, talking to a pet rock and having a full-on conversation with them could be a sign that you're going crazy. In my opinion, I think that talking to a pet rock is an amazing way to spend your day and just a great way to get to know a dear friend. And then the last thing that I always tend to do is I tend to see things that aren't really there. I don't know if something is wrong with my eyes or if it's just something that happens to a lot of people, but I'll just start seeing like squiggly, usually like a really bright color, usually like a purple. They'll just be like shining up the corner of my eye, and then I look, it's like, whoa, whoa, and then it's like, oh wait, it's not really there. And then it usually goes away after like a couple of seconds. Sometimes when I'm just looking at something, I'll start like seeing bugs and I'm like, ah! Then I actually like take a minute to actually look straight on. It's like, oh wait, there's no bug there. It's actually usually pretty relieving when I realize that there isn't actually a bug there. So, those are some things that I've been doing recently and just things that I do in general in my life that just kind of make me feel like I'm going a little bit insane. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video of craziness, and if you did, then be sure to give it a like because it really helps me out. And yeah, and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you have not yet, because then you can see new videos of me every Monday because I upload a new video every single Monday. Also, in the comments, tell me if you've ever done any of these things or just things that you do that make you feel like you are a crazy person. I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.